Hey guys, welcome to the Magfed Ranch Paintball channel, and today I'm going to be doing a fix-in for FSR video. But before I get into it guys, subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, share, and comment. Okay guys, this is going to be a new playlist that we're going to be creating because there's going to be a lot, well not a lot, but there are quite a few fixes out there that we could do for our Magfed markers so that way they'll be more reliable with FSRs. Okay guys, it's primarily the magazines, but there's also going to probably be a few things with our markers that we could fix as well too. So that's what I want to showcase for you guys on this playlist. I want to shoot videos for you guys to help you guys modify whatever it is, so that way it'll be more reliable with the first strike rounds, guys. So real quick, I am going to be moving the video of the modifying of the Gryzen magazines to this playlist as well, so check that out if you guys haven't seen that video yet. But today's fixin' that we need to do is going to be the 11 round Shorty magazines for the T15. Okay guys, there's a fix that we can do for it that will improve the reliability, performance with first strike rounds. Unfortunately, it's not going to eliminate all the problems with the first strike rounds, and I'll go over what that is here shortly for you guys in terms of all the different issues that the T15 magazines can experience, especially the Shorty magazines. Okay guys, so I'll break that down first, and then I'll bring the camera up close, and then of course I'll show you what the fix that you can do to resolve this issue. Okay guys? Yeah, so let me do that. All right, let me move our MR12 Mod 1 marker out of the way here first, guys. This marker is going to come into relevance here shortly after I show you guys the fix or what the fix is going to be on the T15 magazines. But let's discuss the issues, okay guys, and why I have so many magazines here for you guys. Okay, so this is a problem with the 11 round Shorty magazines, and I wanted to show you guys 4 examples just to let you guys know that this isn't a fluke occurrence. It's something specifically with the way they manufacture the 11 round magazines versus the 19 round magazines. Okay guys, and what that is going to be the lip and the spring on this magazine versus the 19 round magazines. Okay guys, so let's discuss spring pressure first real quick, because that is unfortunately something that we can't modify. You guys would notice that of course the channel, the tube for the first strike rounds in the 11 round magazine, of course, is going to be a shorter channel and a shorter tube, right? Makes sense. It holds less rounds. So of course the channel in the 19 round magazine is going to be longer. Well, the problem is that the spring pressure is a little bit stiffer on the 11 round magazines versus the 19 round magazines. Now obviously they don't use the same spring, right? Because obviously the length is not the same length. But the problem is, for whatever reason, they didn't use I guess a weaker spring, for lack of description. So the spring pressure on the 11 round magazine is significantly stiffer than the 19 round magazine. Okay guys? Obviously at home, if you guys have the magazines yourself, you guys can feel that by just pressing down on the follower. Okay, and then of course we'll touch on the follower as well too guys, because that will be an issue in terms of what the T15 magazine problems are. So herein lies the problem. This follower, because you'll notice that it's round versus the M17 follower. So if you guys look at, you'll notice the follower on the M17 magazine, you'll notice that it has that kind of cup shape similar to the EMF magazines, the TCR magazines, and so you'll see that because of that cup, the first strike round kind of sits flush and sits straight on that follower. Whereas on the T15 magazine, you'll notice that because it's round, it can tilt this either direction on the follower. And even on the 19 round magazine, okay guys? So where the follower issue combined with the stiffer spring pressure comes into play is this. Okay, so when you have rounds loaded into the magazines, especially when the round starts to get to the top of the magazine, guys, where, you know, now we're only talking about there's only 2 to 3 rounds or less in the magazine, that spring pressure combined with the round follower can cause the round to tip and cause that. You see that? You see how it, because it angles backwards, it's going to get caught on the, literally, the little edge, the little cutout where the trap door and the opening of that, you know, metal collar slash opening on the T11 round magazine is. And so it literally gets caught in kind of that gap between those two parts, okay? So there's the first problem, okay? That spring pressure, it forces the rounds to angle more than the 19 round magazines. And I'll show that to you here, guys, here. You'll notice that although the 19 round magazines can cause that issue, it's less of a chance of happening because of, you see that, because of the spring pressure is not as stiff. But like I said, it still can happen with the 19 round magazines too, guys, because of that round follower issue, okay? And so usually this is the most common problem that you're going to see with the T15 magazines. Doesn't matter if it's the 19 round or the 11 round, guys. And what's going to happen is that when you look inside the chamber of your T15, you'll notice, you'll usually see the bottom of the first strike round like this, because of course it flipped upwards like this, and then when it went into the magazine well, it went up like this. And so when you look inside it, you're going to see the bottom of the first strike round. Okay? Now, that's the problem with the 19 round magazines, but besides that, it doesn't usually have any other problems, and it's still a fairly rare occurrence on the 19 round magazines, even though it does happen. Okay? The other problem, though, which makes the 11 round magazine less reliable than the 19 round magazine, is because they manufacture the magazines different, for some strange reason, the front edge of that metal retaining clip or reinforcement clip, whatever you want to call it, it has this lip here. And you can see how my flathead screwdriver is catching it ever so slightly. Okay, guys? I have 3 more magazines here to show you guys. That is not a fluke occurrence. This is just a common problem with the 11 round Shorty magazines for some strange reason. It's almost like they didn't build the front plastic halves of the magazine as thick as the 19 round magazines. Okay, guys? So you'll see that there has that lip there. Okay. Oops. This is the one. I'll show you that to you guys in a little bit, okay? But yeah, so this one right here, you see that? So that one's got a lip, that one's got a lip, and this one's got a lip. Okay, guys? Now, whereas the 19 round magazines, you guys will notice, like I said, they just make this thicker for some strange reason. I'm assuming the metal plates are similar on both the 19 and the 11 round magazines. So my only assumption is that they just make the plastic a little bit thicker on the 19 round magazines. And because of that, bam, you notice that? No lip. It just slides right off smoothly. Okay, so it's almost like the plastic's a little bit thicker, which doesn't create that lip on that metal reinforcement plate. And like I said, I wanted to have more magazines here just to prove the point to you guys. Bam, no lip. You see that? Bam, no lip. Okay. These are all relatively new mags too, guys, so it's not like, you know, it's not something I modified or anything like that. So yeah, see that? No lips. So that's what makes the 19 round magazine for the most part fairly reliable, because now it doesn't have another edge for the first strike round to catch on. And like I was telling you guys earlier, besides this common problem that what you mostly see, unfortunately, because of the round follower and because of that front lip, the 11 round magazine can also create this issue where that lip catches. You'll notice here how the first strike round has this kind of this molding or manufacturing circle, and which creates an edge. Okay, bam, right there, that edge right there, like that. And so that edge can get caught on the lip, the front edge lip now, just like that. Okay. And so this problem, of course, if this happens, this is usually where you usually don't see this problem going inside the magazine well. This one is more of a chop. So the bolt will go forward, slam into the top edge of the fins here, and damage those fins. And that's usually when you'll hear a click, nothing happens, you go to eject the magazine, and a damaged first strike round will come out. It'll literally just come out with all these fins broken and damaged. Okay, this other issue where it flips up like this and goes into the magazine well this way, you'll either get like a complete break, which is typically not the case, or you'll just get a jam, but at least the round will be inside the magazine facing up like that, and you'll see the bottom of the fins. Okay, guys? So, before we get into the fix, I wanted to show you guys kind of where the fix idea comes from. And hopefully I can see inside the marker. Okay, hopefully I can show that to you guys. But if you guys can see inside the marker there, you'll notice at the front edge of the first strike cutout, you'll notice that first strike, they beveled, they created kind of a ramp on that front edge of the first strike cutout that goes inside the breech, goes inside the chamber. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that there. Okay, and so what that does is obviously allows that front edge to not get caught on the first strike round. Okay, so in essence, with our magazines, that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, guys? And so I'll go over quick disassembly of the magazine to get this top plate off. But guys, go watch the video where I show you how to disassemble the T15 magazines. You literally just pry it past the two tabs in the front, and then of course it just lifts out in the front. Once it lifts out in the front, you can pull off, and then of course it just tilts back and off. Okay, guys? And so what we're trying to do, guys, is imitate kind of what First Strike did with the chamber inside the marker. We're going to grind, cut, sand, whatever you want to call it, just that front edge of this metal magazine reinforcement plate, so that way it will clear that front edge of the first strike round when it comes up, so that way it doesn't catch that lip. Okay, guys? All right, so guys, usually what I'll do is I'll start with a cutting or deburring metal bit on my Dremel tool. Okay, and obviously, like I said, just go whatever speed you guys are comfortable with. But what you're going to want to do, and I'm not going to do this much too, guys, so of course wear safety glasses when you guys are doing this, but I just kind of want to show you guys kind of where you want to do it. But what we're trying to do, of course, here, I'm trying to get the right angle for you guys, is grind this down, okay, guys? So just kind of grind that front edge of the magazine. And it doesn't have to be, okay, guys? It doesn't have to be pretty. We're just trying to clear just enough material so that just like the 19-round magazines, it's going to be flush with the body of the magazine, so that way there's no lip, okay? So as long as we grind enough material off so this front edge thickness here matches the front edge thickness of the metal plate, so that way when you slide over it, it doesn't get caught on a lip, okay, guys? So yeah, so just use like I said, a metal, you know, deburring cutting bit, and then just kind of slowly sand that down, okay, guys? Cut that down, and then once you guys get it to, of course, the you know, the thinness, you grind down or cut down enough material. That way it is to the right thickness that you guys need. Then usually what I do is I would get a polishing / grinding bit now. Okay? And then just sand it down so that way it's smooth, okay, guys? Okay, so after you do that, you know, it should only take you a few minutes, guys. It's because it's not that much material you're taking off. It's going to be it's going to be like this magazine right here, guys. And so I already did this magazine, guys, for you, and you'll notice now, no lip, no more getting caught. Okay, bam, bam. It's just like the 19-round magazines. If we try to simulate that front edge getting caught, you see, it doesn't get caught now. It's always going to come out. There's no way for it to get caught now, okay, because there's no edge for it to get caught. Now, it still can get caught this way until First Strike fixes the follower, guys. This is always going to be an issue, unfortunately, with the 11-round and the 19-round magazines, but at least it'll eliminate this front edge from catching. You see that? Versus one that hasn't been modified. Okay, guys? So, hey, guys, if you guys like that video, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Check you guys next time. Peace.